back. Episode 10. Woo! We're finally in the double digits.
Sweet.
Champion.
We made it.
Welcome back, you guys. And guess what? You guys are so fucking funny. I can't stand it. You guys, on our last episode about being petty, but not really, but like micro petty, we had much discussion in Big Bear this last weekend too about what's a petty versus a micro petty, because some of the stories Tanya was telling me, or Livy, and I'm like, nah, those are just straight out petty. Those are not micro petties. There's a difference. But most of you guys got the memo on what a micro petty is, and your comments were hilarious. Insane. Yeah. So we're going to run it back, but this time, instead of any of our micro petties, unless I have a brain blast, we are going to just read your micro petties because they were freaking hilarious.
Out of control.
But before we go on, I just noticed this right now. I was pulling comments from our YouTube channel, and I said, hey, I just noticed that, because I didn't know this was a thing, you get like a little badge next to your name when you follow that account.
Sure.
Right? When you're like a follower or a fan or whatever it's called, a follower, right? And it gives you the little YouTube red little emblem next to your name. So what I noticed was when I was looking and pulling these comments from you guys is that only two of you out of all the comments, like 89 comments, something like that, out of all the comments, only two of you guys are following our channel. But a lot of you guys are, you guys are always watching. You guys are like a day one, a ride or die, and you guys are always commenting, and you're watching. You're like, oh, thank God it's Thursday, because Tuesday we watch Two Idiot Girls, Wednesday we watch the comment section, and Thursday we watch the AF5 podcast. And I was like, rock on. And you guys are always, I know who the commenters are.
Sure.
And you don't follow us. What the heck? What is that about? Is there something I'm missing? What am I missing?
I don't know.
So, if you are not following the AF5 podcast channel on YouTube, please follow us. But that's not why I brought that up. That's just a side note.
Not you guys being micro petty.
I know. Is that a micro petty? You're like, I like your show, but not really, not enough to follow you. Those follows are gold, But please don't be micro petty. Follow us, God damn it. Anyway, that's not why I told that story. That was just a sidebar. Why I was telling that story is because I was like, oh my gosh, like there's only two out of like 89, 90 comments. There's only two of you guys that are following us. And some of you guys are like comment repeaters and watch our show all the time. And he goes, well, maybe they follow us on Spotify. That's why they're not a YouTube follower. And I just looked at him and I go, huh. Then why are they commenting on YouTube? And he goes, oh, So anyway, you guys, if you're not following our podcast, please follow. That would be really cool. Please follow us on our TikTok and also Instagram. We're very active on Instagram.
We are. Before we move on into their and sharing their micro petties, which is what we're going to do, correct?
Our little ants.
Yeah. I wanted to add from the last episode, I remember I was having a hard time with it. Like if I am micro petty or if I, what
he
I
just
do.
didn't know what, he didn't want to admit that he's petty.
No, I would admit to it. I promise. I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah.
And I think those ones that you shared or that are freaking hilarious. So yes, I want to have one. Yes,
what he's trying to get at, you guys, he's running around the block to go next door, is that he ran into an old coworker
not too long ago
at the store, and she always competes in stories. You ever know someone who always says, oh, well, because they're feeling some type of way about you and your kids.
Sure.
If your guys are doing well, and then they'll go, oh, well, my kid's this and my kid's that. And you're like, oh, that's awesome. And then they're like looking at you, trying to see, like, do you get it? I one-upped you. And it's like, you're competing with yourself. Because anytime someone tells us about their kids, we're fucking stoked, man. And that's like 100% true.
Yeah, every freaking time. Because I love when people talk about their kids.
I
If
know.
they're being and if it's being honest and the intent behind the story, really want to share and talk about it, not kind of brag, if you will.
I don't give a fuck. I want you to brag. If you're bragging about your kids, that's awesome. But I get what you're saying. The intention behind it is if it's not nice.
Yeah.
The intention is like, oh, my kids did this. What did yours do?
Yeah.
Knowing good goddamn well that your kid maybe isn't going to college or whatever. You know what I mean?
Sure,
the intention behind it has to be pure, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like, I'll give you a perfect example. I love talking to Evelyn and Tanya about our kids and they talk to me about their kids because it's a mom brag, dude. It's like, and like, you want to be proud, but people who feel some type of way about their own lives, they take it the wrong way and they're like, oh, you're just trying to make me feel bad.
Right.
No, sweetheart, those are your feelings that you're projecting onto me. I'm proud of my kids. Why are you dimming my light about that? Right.
Exactly.
So those are the only two real people that I can actually talk to and like feel okay about talking about accomplishments. And they don't take it as I'm like spitting in their face. You know what I mean? So this person you ran into, she's that girl. She's the one who's always like, well, my kids do this. And
I could tell every time. And it's fun with me. I kind of just roll with it. Right. But it's like, what I'll do is I'll do a dig because
just recently though.
And like she'll say, for example, my kids went to college and they got scholarships, right? So she'll say her kids are in college. This is just an example, right? She'll say her, and then I'll just say, oh, they got scholarships, and I know they didn't because she told me they didn't already. But then I'll just say it because mine's did. You know what I mean?
Mine's did.
No.
I love when he gets really excited and sometimes he says words wrong. And that's my macro petty. I correct him.
The grammar Nazi. Knock it off.
Don't
Let
say
me
the
tell
word.
my story.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
Sorry. Anyways, that was funny.
What was funny?
What you said.
Oh, okay.
Because I was saying it going, that's not the right word. That's why.
You're like, damn, hopefully she didn't catch it.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I caught it.
No.
It's like when you fall and you get right back up. And if I ever see you,
we make eye contact.
We make eye contact and I go, I saw that. Because they try to act like, doo-doo-doo. I didn't do anything. Anyway, we're off track. So all that to say is Tate was intentionally micro petty.
I was.
But no, I take that back. He was petty. That wasn't a micro petty.
That's not a micro. No one gets hurt in that. It's like.
No. That's not the difference. See, we had this discussion in Big Bear. Micro petty is they don't know. Only you know.
Oh, I see.
And a petty is you're saying something petty, looking at them, talking to them, and they know, she knows. She knows you're being petty.
Yeah. Sorry.
So you were petty. That's worse than being micro petty.
It is worse.
Anyway,
maybe I should have mentioned it.
No, but see, that's a good point because a lot of the comments, not a lot, but a handful of comments had those kind of similar situations. But those are just straight out petty. Those are not micro petty. Micro petty, I think micro petties are so funny because the other person doesn't know.
Has no idea it's happening. Yeah.
Only you know, and it brings you joy.
So much.
And it makes you giggle.
Yeah.
And every time that person comes around, you're like, you giggle because you're like, they have no idea.
Yeah.
Right? And we're going to get into these because you guys are too fucking funny for your own good. And I love them. So anyway, if you have a name, I'm going to say the name. If you have a handle, I'm just going to say the handle. All right. Let me go into this. Okay. There was one I wanted to start off with because I don't know if we're going to have time to do all of these. And by the way, I forget who said it, but one of you fuckers said, one of you little ants said, is this short episode your micro petty? That was really funny. And I laughed out loud.
That was hilarious.
That was so funny. And guess what? Today's going to be short too. So maybe we'll just say it's our micro petty. I don't know. But because we have to we're going to go visit Tate's parents' grave tomorrow. We got to make this quick and dirty. Anyway, okay, let's get into it.
Yeah.
So I'll just start with the first one. Okay, this one is from Danielle Carroll 2738.
Yes.
And this person said, when I get emails at work about needing something ASAP from a coworker that I'm mad at, I make sure I wait right before I clock out to send it to them. I'm also a very fast texter, so if I'm mad at my man, I make sure I don't respond right away. Those are micro petties, and I love that.
Yeah. Especially
if you send that at like right before you clock out,
and
if they have questions, out of office replies on. That's fantastic. I love that one so much. All right, the next one says
that's pretty funny.
That's so funny.
It's not that big of a deal, but it's like pretty hilarious.
But how petty is that? Because that person says, I need it ASAP.
Yeah.
And this person's like, fuck you. I'm mad at you. You don't get dick ASAP.
Right.
You'll get it right before I leave for work. And if you have a question, good luck. See you tomorrow, especially if it's on a Friday. Ooh, so Danielle.
She's like, right on top of that rose.
Yeah, right on top of that rose. Anybody know where that's from? Listen, Linda or Danielle in this case, that's fucking funny.
Freaking
Do it on
love
a next time. Do it on a Friday, and send it at 4:59. Bing, and then out of office comes in. They're like, wait, hold on, I need one more thing, and your out of office reply comes on, and you just bolt out the door.
The fast texter with and being
Yeah.
with your man is pretty good too because that's
I got that one in the holster too, Danielle. I'm such a quick responder.
Yeah.
And if I'm mad at you, guess what?
Yeah.
My silence speaks loud, very loud. I love
Maybe
that.
you left that on red.
Oh no. Or you start typing so the bubbles come up and then you stop typing. Yeah, I've done that too. That's a micro petty. All right. This one is from Alyssa Montgomery 451. This person says, when me and my husband are fighting, I'll intentionally not take something out of the freezer to cook for tomorrow so I can force him into eating out. And by the way, he hates eating out. But this turns back on me because now I have nothing to eat the next day. But I will never stop. That made me laugh.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Even when it blows back on you, and you're like, worth it.
Every time.
Every time. You're like, damn it. And you're like, oh, well, whatever. I'm still going to do it because it's hilarious. I love that.
It's like 60% of the time, it works
Every time. Where's that from? Drop it in the comments. All right. That's hilarious.
That is funny.
I love the couple micro petties.
I know.
They're so funny. And I'm like, damn, I'm going to put that in my arsenal. Okay. This one is from, let's see. This one is from @AshLovesDucks. Nice. All right, Ash. This person said, I have a micro petty with my tita, who's my grandma. My tita likes picking up after me. Okay, I got it. My tita likes picking up after me. So on purpose, sometimes I'll leave my bed undone. However, when we have a silly little disagreement, I'll purposely make my bed before I leave for the day, knowing that it just made her a little bit upset. That's a micro petty. Yeah. Ashley or Ash knew she understood the assignment. That's a micro petty because it's like her grandma loves to pick up after her and do stuff, so she'll leave her bed undone, right? But if her grandma pisses her off, she makes her bed. That's fucking funny. That's funny. I love that. Okay.
Poor tita.
Poor tita. That tells me tita, that's Filipino, yeah?
I don't know.
I think so.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, correct me if I'm wrong. If you're not Filipino, my apologies. I just know we have a lot of Filipino friends. And like Rhea always, her kids call her mom tita.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Any hoodle. Okay, this next one is from, this one says,
is it Bem?
Bem? BEHM 93. And this person said, one I do now because they keep raising our HOA in the area I live and don't set up a meeting time that people can attend and actually allow us to dispute anything. I pay them in cash, small bills only, so watching them count out $500 in ones and fives and tens makes me smile. That's a micro petty. I love that.
That's you put a lot of thought in that one.
But I was thinking that kind of blows back on you too, because you got to stand there and watch them count that shit out. Just give me a receipt. It's all there. Don't worry about it. You know what? That reminds me. Okay, so when I was in high school, I bought my own car, right? And it was $100 million at the time because I was in high school. I worked 2 jobs and I was in high school. Sure. And the convertible. And I remember when the loan people or whatever, because it wasn't through a dealership. It wasn't through a bank. It was through like a personal, I forget what, like a little loan company of some sort, right? Because it was a used car. Sure. And they always, that's back in the olden days when you had to write a check and mail it, right? They didn't have anything online. You couldn't do, everything's so fucking easy now. And so I'd have to mail it in. If I forgot to mail it in, I'd have to drive all the way there. It was in Garden Grove, and I had to drive all the way there and give them a check. And the people there were so rude, right? There was this young guy there. I mean, he was older than me because I was only in high school, but he was just like, oh, late again. Like as soon as I walk in. And I was like, lower your fucking voice, dude. Like, how embarrassing. But I'm like, dude, I'm trying to make it work, right? Yeah. So I drive in on the day it's due, whatever. And then they give you like a 10-day grace period or whatever. And
Sure.
if I was like 9 days coming in afterwards, they were like, he was always an asshole.
Yeah.
So my last payment, by the way, my payment was $120 or some shit like that. To me, it was $1 million.
Sure.
On my last day, on my last payment,
Mm-hmm.
I rolled in that bitch with $120 in pennies.
Shut up.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
No, I promise. Kiss to God.
Yeah.
$120 in pennies.
Oh yeah. I didn't know that.
And it was all rolled pennies, not nickels, not bills, pennies. And it took me 3 trips to the car because they were fucking heavy. And I had them in these little like paper, or not paper, but the plastic bags from the grocery store.
Were they rolled up in those little cardboard sleeves?
In the cardboard sleeves, yes.
Dang.
And guess what I did? Cracked them all open.
Jeez.
And he had to count every single penny. And that's not a lie. That is the God honest truth.
Huh.
I wish we had social media back then because I would have videotaped it.
Yeah.
I just dated myself. I would have filmed it, not videotaped it.
What?
Anyway, all right, moving on. That was my micro petting. But he
That's
knew.
not a
Actually,
micro-petty.
that wasn't a micro petting. I was just going to say
That's a
that.
petty.
He knew because I was cracking them like eggs. I was going, and then just spreading them out. And he goes, you can just leave them in the wrapper. So I'm like, nah, it's okay. I want you to count them all out. And I just kept cracking them open. I was there for over an hour, but worth it. Okay, next one up is where are we at? Oh Jesus. Okay, how about this one? This one is from Jessica Cook Mason. She said, or they said, I bought a candle for my house, and when I lit it, I realized it smelled like cat piss. So I had a coworker that was insufferable. And one day I put a candle in the office because I knew.
Hey, should write that word insufferable, capital.
Yeah, all caps.
Yeah, by the way.
Jessica was like, I want you to understand how awful this person was, and put insufferable in all caps. And then she said, I put in the candle in the office because I knew they would take it and not ask. So not only are they insufferable, they're thieves. So she put a lit candle already, so it's already used.
Yeah.
They took it, and when they would use it, I'd walk in their office and say, man, it smells like pee in here. And they'd open all their windows thinking their dog took a piss somewhere. That was my silent petty. Love. Absolutely
That's so
love.
awesome.
Can you imagine someone coming in and going, it smells like pee in here?
I know.
Oh, that would embarrass me so much.
Every time.
Huh. And they're like, how do you like my new candle? Oh, yeah, it's great. Why does it smell like piss in here? You know what's even worse? That person kept lighting it and didn't think it smelled like piss. That's crazy. Okay, here's the other one. This next one says, this one is definitely a micro petty.
For sure.
And I love it. And I especially love it because I, too, am a pen lover. I don't know about you guys. Who in the class loves pens? Is that, I don't know. Like, there's very few people that get all geeked out about a good writing pen. Do you care about pens?
I don't.
I think maybe it's a girl thing. I don't know.
I don't think it's a girl thing, but I think guys.
I've never met a man that said, I love pens.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there are.
And if you identify as a man, drop it in the comment and let us know if you love pens. Anyway, this person said, this is Very Berry Beauty.
She obviously loves pens.
And, well, you don't know if she's a she.
Oh, sorry.
So this person said, I have my good pens pile that are only for, in capital letters, me. They're only for me. And I have a bad pens pile at work. So if someone asks to borrow a pen, I give them a pen from the bad pile. Now they'll never ask to borrow a pen again because they think my pens suck. But you have to play along when the bad pen isn't working and hit them with oh, no, that one's not working. Try this one. Another bad pen. I'm not mean, LOL. Everyone at work is a pen stealer, and I'm protecting my investment. Listen, Very Berry Beauty, I get it.
It's genius.
I don't mind spending like $10 on one pen. If it's a kick-ass pen, you bet your sweet ass I'm buying that pen, and no one is going to use it except for me, especially at work. People jack pens all the time.
Yeah.
Dude.
Happens all the time.
Yeah. And so, like, Dason and I hoard pens. We love good writing pens, especially gel pens that are a .07. If you know, you know. I would too have the shitty pen pile.
Sure.
And those are the pens you get for free, like marketing pens from like the doctor's office or like your realtor
Your lawyer.
Your lawyer.
Your gardener.
Yeah. Your gardeners don't have pens.
Yeah, they do.
When?
What's it? Roger has pens.
He has pens?
Yeah.
Lie. I'm going to text Roger. That's our landscape guy.
He has pens. I seen him.
Do you have one?
I don't. He never gave me one, but I seen him.
Well, I know he has a pen because he has to write.
His name on it.
And he never offered you one?
Nope.
That's not it. That's his pen. Anyway.
With his name on it.
Who else out there loves pens? And like they'll hoard them or buying school supplies. Oh man, I used to dig that. Not when I was in elementary or junior high because I never had school supplies. I had one pencil and one pack of paper. I don't know. It was a rough life, guys. But when I got to high school and I had a job, I would love to buy all my new school supplies. Anyway.
Makes sense.
I think that's a great micro petty. That's fucking funny, dude. And if you're a pen hoarder like us, that makes sense, right?
It's funny.
Okay. This one is from 516 Wonderlust. So 516 Wonderlust said, I relate to Tate, meaning this person didn't really get candygrams. Okay, we're talking about, now let me preface this by saying this is not a micro petty. I just wanted to throw this one in because it was funny because we can relate to it, but it's kind of sad. But you'll get it.
We appreciate you sharing.
Yeah. But this person said, I relate to Tate, meaning candygrams were not a thing, right? And this person said, my mother would always get my brothers and I at least one candygram for each holiday, which is freaking cool. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Tate didn't get that at all.
No.
But that's really cool.
Yeah.
While my brothers would get their own from their friends or admirers. I have never been popular in school, so I would just get the singular gram from my mother. Now listen, I'm not laughing because you said you weren't popular. I'm laughing because who wants to get a candygram from their mom and like brag about it?
Yeah.
Nobody. But you got to look at the silver lining.
Yeah.
Your mom did not want you to get one. So at least you got one. And you didn't have to tell anybody?
No.
I just want to know, did you go, oh my gosh, he sent me one? Who? I can't say. Did you say that?
Please say you said that.
Or, oh God, he's so obsessed with me. Close it up.
Yeah.
Who was it? Can't say. I'm too embarrassed. I'm I'm not interested.
Yeah.
Or she sent me one. She's so obsessed with me. Who? I don't know. Wouldn't that be funny?
It would be.
Oh man, please let us know if that's what you
know.
did. Okay.
I know.
Anyway, and then
thank you for sharing.
the poor things, like my brothers would get their own from their friends or admirers. That sucks, dude. I wonder if you're the youngest. And then like your older brothers are like the football captain or like, you know what I mean? The captain of the swim team. You're like, you know what it reminds me of? I got a rock. Where is that from? Who knows where that's from? Drop it in the comments. Okay. But anyway, 516 Wonderlust. Yes. We would send you a candygram if we knew you back then. I know I would. Anyway, okay, cool. Here's another one. This one is from Victor View 92. Victor said, we're going to need to revisit this segment in a future episode. 100% we are. Because once this catches on, man, everyone's going to have more micro petties to share. This person said, my micro petty is when my husband pisses me off. His favorite treat is ice cream, and he always gets these single servings. So I would slowly put something on top of it or move it around the freezer, and he would always ask if I ate it or not. I would tell him no, and that would cause him to go buy more. And when he does, I will quickly grab the ones I hid and place them all in the front of the freezer, mixed in with the new ones, and act like nothing happened. He would freak and tell me he's been looking for this flavor of ice cream and chalk it up to him just not remembering where he placed it in the freezer. LOL. I would tell him, I'm glad he found him, and then giggle when he's not looking. That's what you get for pissing me off. No ice cream for you for a couple days, honey. I can totally hear that voice, and I'm here for it.
Yeah, that's so awesome. He has no idea.
He has no idea. That's a micro petty, dude, when you do something like that, and they don't know. And then now he's gaslighting him without him knowing that he's being gaslit. He's like, wow, well, where did these guys... I don't remember putting... Oh, okay. Now he has 10 times more ice cream. Hilarious. And then, you know what? Next time, eat out of every single one of them, even when they're brand new and they're not open. Eat one scoop out of each one of them and see if he goes, did you eat these? No. And then, I don't remember eating them. That's what I would do because I have no memory. Be like, damn, I don't know. Huh.
And then just keep eating it.
And then he's like, no ice cream for you, honey, because he hides all of them and he has no ice cream. And he's like, God damn it, I'll get it later. And then he goes a couple days with no ice cream. That's fucking funny, dude. I love that so much. Please keep doing them. And if you have any more micro petties, drop them in the comments.
Please share.
Oh my God. My stomach hurts from laughing. Okay. This one is from Hannah Emery.
Yeah.
This person said, Noelle, my twin, I used to give the ugly Valentine to mean boys and would not even write anything but their name and in bad handwriting. Okay.
Scribble it on there. Chad.
This made me laugh.
This
you know
is
why,
good.
Hannah? This made me laugh so much because I too would do that,
Yeah.
but it never worked out for me because I'm ambidextrous. I can write with both hands.
Yeah.
So I couldn't do bad handwriting unless I would hold the pen like this and like write, like even then.
Yeah.
But I write with both hands, so it's like that never worked for me. So
You didn't just give it to him without writing his name on it?
I did. Then that's what I was gonna say. That's
Yeah.
what I started doing.
Yeah.
Now you get nothing. Now you just get like
You get the ugly card with no name on it.
with no name. Your name's not even on
Yeah.
it, right? And then my name's not on it.
Yeah.
Or it would, you know how it would say to, and then you write their name, and it would say from, and you write their name. I would just write my name on the from, nothing on the to, put it in an envelope, nothing on the envelope.
You know.
And you know why? You know why? Because everyone knew
Huh.
when it came like that,
Yeah.
that was the extra one that you threw in there last minute because you forgot about them.
Oh shit! It didn't match, huh? It was totally off.
No, like yeah, or no. It was the ugly card,
Mm-hmm.
and there was nothing on it.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're like, you take the extras to school
Sure.
because you know you're gonna forget.
Yeah.
And then they get that one and they're like, they forgot me. That's why I got this whack ass ugly one with no name on it. That's awesome. That's another micro petting.
It is.
What were you gonna say right now?
I was just gonna say you could pass them all out and not give one to him or whoever whoever he or she is, because you don't like him, and then say, "Did I forget anyone? I have extras."
No, because that's petty. That's petty. You know, it would be
Oh, I see. The micro. He says no.
it isn't no.
You just give it to him.
But what the micro part is,
Mm.
right? There's no name on it.
Sure.
My name's on it, and your name's not on it.
Yeah.
And then you pass them all out, and then you look at them, and you go, oh, and then you run back to your desk and grab it and go, here you go. And then they look at it and they're like, you motherfucker, you forgot because there's no name on it. I didn't have time. Didn't have time to write it out.
Dang, I think we're teetering on petty versus micro petty on this one.
No, that's I'm dancing on the line. Dancing on the line. It's still considered a micro petty because you just don't say anything. You go, oh, and then you just run back. Here you go.
Yeah, but that's intent. That's like you want him to know.
Yeah, but it's still dancing on the line.
It is dancing on the line. That's funny.
That's funny.
I know.
Damn, I've been really micro petty my whole life. Jeez Louise. Okay, this one is from the Millennial Failure. This person says, this one made me cackle because I worked in retail and I know what this is about.
I know what it means. Yeah.
This is so funny.
Thank you so much for sharing this because we can relate so much.
We were reading these on the way up to Big Bear this weekend for Tate's birthday, and we were cackling.
Yeah, couldn't stop laughing.
Especially this one. This one's really funny.
Yeah.
This person said, I work at a store with several types of paper bags to put purchase items in. There are 3 handled bags with our logo on it and 2 bags without handles and without our logo on it. Most of the time, I choose bags based on the weight of the items. If you're a rude or annoying customer, I put your wine in the ugly, no handle bag rather than the cute wine bag with the logo and a handle. That's my micro petty. I would do shit like that all the time. When we worked at Costco,
Yeah.
if you're new here, go back to our very first episode and we talk about working at crazy Costco.
Right.
But I would do that when I was just starting out. We were called boxers, right? You had to box up all of the groceries.
Yeah.
And then you had someone who would pull boxes, right? So they pull boxes and they put them next to you or whatever. And like
You'd
best,
have to call out the SKU numbers too, no?
yeah, but we're not talking about that. I'm talking about boxing groceries.
Sure.
Right? This girl's talking about bags and putting their groceries in the bag.
Sure.
I'm relating to this by talking about Costco. And when you first start out, you have to sit there and box everybody's groceries while the cashiers ringing everything up, right? And so we all knew the best boxes were the CNH sugar boxes that the sugar bags of sugar came in because they were perfect, they were sturdy, right? And if you were an asshole, you got the asparagus box.
Got the fucking soda box, huh?
The soda box that's this low, and then your shit's this high, so you got to lay everything down sideways, and it only fits like 3 things in it. Though that's what we used to do. Because back in the day, back when we worked at Costco, the sodas didn't come in big boxes. They came with those little plastic they came in 6-packs, but 4 in a little teeny tiny box. Right?
And hold them together.
Yeah, so we'd either put your shit in a soda box, or you'd get an asparagus or a grapes box. Like all the produce boxes were suck ass because they were giant. How the fuck are you gonna put that in your car if you have like a little Honda, right?
The banana box.
Something, right? Yeah, it was like the banana box was really big with a big ass hole in the bottom of it. Dude, we used to be so petty. So this
Put a
one,
wine bottle in there.
yeah, this one made me laugh out loud because I used to do that at Costco. If you were nice to me, you got a good box. If you weren't, you got an asshole box.
You got a wine. You bought 2 wine bottles. You got a giant banana box.
No, you got a giant Clorox box. Hey, if you guys worked at Costco where you put shit in boxes, drop a comment, dude.
Come on.
Drop a comment on what the worst box is to put your shit in, to put a customer's shit in at Costco. Dude, and those always happen during Christmas time.
Yeah.
And thankfully, I only worked one Christmas as a boxer. I moved up so fast. I moved up to cashier, then moved to the back, and then I was a forklift driver and all that. But that was hell, boxing groceries, because people are so rude.
I know.
Right? Anyway.
Not that box. Good box.
Yeah. And most of the time, they won't say anything because they'll go, because everything's packed up, ready to go, and then you're just waiting to pay, and what are they going to do? Unload everything? And so that's why I try to box it real fast because they're being dicks. But the real hard pressed dicks, they're like, oh, I don't want a banana box.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, that's all I have.
Yeah, that's all I have.
And then the cashier, if they were cool, they'd be like, oh, there's a big bin over there. You can just grab some on your way out. Like, do it your fucking self, like kind of thing, right? It was awesome.
I know.
Really, really awesome. But anyway, that made me laugh because you're a dick. You get no handles on your bag or a logo. And that's that. The little power you have, right? You want to implement it immediately, even if it's super micro petty like that. Okay, cool. Let's see. What else? Okay. Vanessa Alba 127 said, when I lived at home, whenever my little sister and I had cravings, but we didn't want to buy for every single person in the house, we would go, with my finger quotes, run errands and buy whatever it was, eat in the car, and then discard the evidence before going home.
Is that a micropay? I don't think so, but it's a great story.
It's a great story. It's not a micropetty.
No.
Sorry to say, Vanessa, it's not a micropetty.
But it's hilarious.
Because when you do a micropetty, you're doing it to hurt people's feelings without them knowing.
Yeah.
I don't think that was that. I think that's we don't have money for everybody, but we really want to eat Jack in the Box and mystery meat tacos.
Yeah.
So let's go run an errand and scarf down our food, throw the trash away at the restaurant, pop a piece of gum, and then air your car out on the way home because it will smell like fries and tacos, and then you're fine. Yeah. Yeah. We've all done that.
We've all been there.
Dude, we used to escape the kids sometimes.
Yeah.
And we'd be like, we'd cook dinner, whatever, and then, they got homework, they got stuff, and I'd be like, yeah, Daddy and I were going to go... We're going to run to the store real quick, finish up your homework, watch your brother. We'll be right back. And then we'll go have a date night in the parking lot at In-N-Out. Yeah. Huh? How many times did we do that?
A lot.
Escape. Dude, I've taken meetings in cars. I've done all kinds of stuff. But sometimes I just don't want to buy you anything. Sometimes I just want it for me. Oh, my gosh. Okay. Does that make me bad? Does that make me a bad mom? No, come on, dude. All right. This one is from Crystal Kush 47. All right. Crystal said, I too gave the worst Valentine in the box to the kids I didn't like in elementary school. Sometimes they even came a little torn on the corner. That part made me laugh.
Yeah, because I remember those because they had perforated.
Yeah.
And you're just trying to peel it out.
Yeah.
And make
like
it
you're
pretty.
trying to cut them, like tear them apart. And sometimes it wouldn't tear all the way and it would tear off the corner.
Yeah.
So I was thinking it was either that or she tore off the corner.
On purpose?
Or mushed it on purpose. Because you get, not only is it ugly, but it's thrashed when you get it. That's so funny. They said also when I was a kid, whenever my mom gave my little brother. Okay, this is my favorite one. Okay. This one said, also when I was a little kid, whenever my mom gave my brother and I a snack, I would watch his pace and intentionally eat mine slower. So I still had some when he was done. Creative pettiness rise up. Let me tell you something. You know what, Crystal? You're too fucking funny and I can't stand
That's
you.
That's freaking calculated,
Dude,
bud. That's awesome.
The amount of times I would do that to my sister, it would infuriate her because she was food motivated. She was
Yeah.
always like food. And then we'd have to split something. And if she got the bigger piece, I'd be like, okay. And I would just intentionally eat it slower and just watch her pace. And then when she was done, I'd be like, oh, and I would eat in front of her. And then she would look at me, what the hell? Right. So reading this made me think of that. And it made me think of Dason and Drew.
Yeah.
But not only just with snacks,
Sure.
but also with money.
Yeah.
We'd give them money.
Yeah.
And then Drew would just blow all her money in one shot.
Right off the bat. Just
and then Dason would still have money left over. And then
Drew was trying to borrow.
No, she wouldn't even try to borrow. She'd go, come on, buy it for me.
Yeah.
Come on. Dason would be like, no, it's my money. I'm saving. You had the same amount of money, but now I have some left and you don't. That's not my fault. You don't know how to budget your money. And she's like, come on. And Dason would be like, no. Then we get up to the thing and Drew would just kind of slip it up on the thing. And I would end up buying it. I would. Would I not?
Yeah.
And I always fucking bought it. So don't come at me for going to In-N-Out without them because I did stuff like that all the time. Anyway, that was so funny because you see them just eating and then you're like watching the pace. How many of you guys done that? How many of you paced your snacking?
I was just going to ask that. Everyone's done it.
Have you done it?
Especially if you have siblings. If you have siblings, you've done it.
Yeah.
You've done it.
I know.
You've done
Did you do it?
You could, because it's like you said, your fucking piece is bigger. You
Yeah.
don't say that, but you're looking at it going, man. And then you're watching him eat. Okay. And then you just take your time. He's done. And then you make sure he can see you still have some in your hand. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He has to see it.
And then you're like, oh.
And you just pretend. You just pretend he's not looking at you. You pretend you can't see
Do you ever
it.
look at it and go,
Yeah.
"Man, this is so
Yeah.
good.
Fuck yeah. This is so good, dude.
See, you are micro petty. Look at this guy.
I'm just saying, every siblings have done it. It's funny because we're just bad like that, I guess. As kids, siblings.
All this competition.
Competing, yeah.
Okay, we'll do one more because we got to go.
Yeah.
Okay, this one is from Selena by Donnie. This person said, this was such a relatable episode. When I was little, I would also intentionally give what I thought were good, bad Valentine's Day cards to people, depending on how I felt about them. And as an adult, I have also to'd and CC'd people on emails I don't like. Last. Something petty from my childhood was when my cousin, who's 6 months younger, would copy me all the time, and I got sick of it. One time at Dairy Queen, whatever adult we were with took our order while we were outside at the table. My cousin got the same exact thing as me, of course, but when the adult went inside to order, I snuck over and I told him that I wanted a different drink. I think I initially ordered Sprite, but then changed it to Dr. Pepper. When the food came out, my cousin saw that our drinks were different and she cried.
Oh my God.
And then, listen, Selena, all I want to know is, did you go, what? I don't know what
I
happened.
said Sprite.
Yeah, they must have given, well, it's okay. And meanwhile, you're going,
Yo, it's okay. I like Dr. Pepper.
and you're like, the fact that she cried, hilarious.
Oh,
That's the winner of all micro petties.
so mean.
So mean. Because you know why? You know why, Selena? It danced on the line of being petty. Like mine did. It danced on the line, and I respect you for that. That's freaking awesome. Oh my gosh. Okay, you guys, we really have to go. But I do want to say thank you guys so much. And also, I don't think we mentioned last time, Canada, the Canadian Just for Laughs was so fun.
Yeah.
And we got to meet several of you. Thank you guys for tuning in to us, but also to the two idiot girls. And it was so awesome meeting you guys in Canada.
Yeah.
So anyway, thank you for your support in that. Don't forget, all of you guys who comment and watch us every week, please subscribe to our channel. It helps the greater good. But anyway, we love you guys so much. Thank you
Yes.
for joining us every week and for engaging and telling
sharing
us
these amazing, hilarious stories.
Oh my
Thank you
gosh.
so much.
And if you guys have more, please put them in, because I'm not even
please.
joking. These weren't all of them.
No.
I just pulled like the top 10, or actually, how many did we do? I think we did like 13. I just pulled the top, 13. But there were so many more. But if you guys have more, we might be able to make another episode out of it. Who knows? Or maybe we'll run it back later on in the year.
Sure.
Anyway, thank you guys so much for coming to episode 10.
Wow.
We're in the double digits finally.
Season 2.
I know, season 2. And we love you guys, and we'll see you guys soon. Love you guys. Bye.
Bye.
What are we doing?
With the cough, it's gonna go.
Okay, cough that way, out of your microphone, and let's go.
Just making sure.
All right. Oh man, I had a brain blast. It was importante. Okay. All right, good. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
I knew you weren't done. Why are you trying to hold it in? Cough towards the window.
I'm not trying to hold it in. It just keeps coming. It's not all the way gone.
I know. Turn your head towards the window and cough.
Right.
It doesn't sound like it's gone.
It's gone.
No, it's not. Why are you trying to hold it in?
What do you mean?
See? Idiot.